Hey guys, welcome to another episode of F1 2021 here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. If you go on to enjoy today's episode, as ever, then make sure you drop the video a like. Ensure that you're subscribed to the channel as well, so you never miss a highlights video. But they are only highlights, of course. If you want to watch the streams in full, then there's a link in the description to my Twitch channel where you can come across and join me. At the minute, we're daily, and for the foreseeable future after that, it'll be at least 4 times a week, I would have thought, if not more so if we can. So today is the Monaco Grand Prix, which is infamous on my channel for me being absolutely wank at it. So we'll wait and see how this goes. We have slightly altered the difficulty from the last race. We've been racing on 100, which is what I used to race on every other F1 game. But as has been attested to by numerous of people on social media and in my chat, this game is harder than the previous year and previous years, might I add, before that too. And a number of people have had to drop their difficulty. So we are going to trial the same. We've gone from 100 to 96. Monaco isn't necessarily going to be the best gauge of whether we've got that right. It will be the Baku Grand Prix after Monaco that's the gauge of whether actually 96 is the right area or not. If I can find the time in between this Monaco Grand Prix and the Baku one, I'll try and do some 5-lap races and try and figure it out myself before the Baku race, but at the very least, we'll find out in the Baku race. But without any further ado, I'm going to jump in and begin the pain. So, Monaco Grand Prix upcoming. Like I say, drop the video a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch so you can watch these live, and here we go. I'm sure YouTubers make just as many mistakes as me at times, but they flashback and just edit it out. I can't edit anything out of a live stream. Fuck it. What? I don't understand why I've got such little downforce into the... I've got such little downforce into the swimming pool. I'll have simulation damage on for every other track, but I literally just... I can't. This is just going to be painful for everybody and not even remotely entertaining.
Car repairs have set us back a little.
I'm going to retire from session and turn damage back to standard.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3.
I literally can't drive Monaco
Good day today.
without...
Let's have your take on it.
With simulation damage.
Is your biggest rival at the moment?
Oh, look out. Now I get to choose a rival. At the minute, my biggest rival is a bloody wall. I'll say Mazepin.
It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you?
With a great teammate like this, I can't fail. You can never tell this early. I'll say with a great... Yeah, I'll say you can never tell this early.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were
Didn't
you
I?
struggling for grip?
I'll just say I'm not sure what happened.
Appreciate your time.
No worries, Claire. Let me get back and turn damage down to standard. Right, ready? Quali time. This is going to be interesting. Oh, Callum didn't do any practice programs. Great. At least we've got some boosts to our development. Like that. That's like chance of failure is dropping. Gearbox improved materials. Engine cover distribution for weight distribution. Weight distribution is going to be so important. So important. Then acclaim. We need the team acclaim to be level 5 so we can get some more sponsors in. Then when we got some more sponsors in, we'll be able to start earning more money. And when we're earning more money, we'll be able to afford to upgrade the car more. And our facilities more. Thanks for follow, Ben. I am more than likely, even on 96 difficulty, going to qualify last. Please be prepared for that. This is going to be a long race weekend. I think I'm coming out of the swimming pool. I've just been getting on the power far too early. What was that? A 111. A 111. Yikes. With that setup, TRL Limitless did a 1:07. I'm 4 seconds off Limitless. Oh my god. Well, I'm 3/10 off my teammate. I think 96... Well, we'll wait and see what it's like in Baku, but 96 at Monaco seems like it's pretty bang on.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
say that felt a lot quicker. Found half a second. P15. P15. Thank you for the follow, Osnola. That was a decent lap. I'm happy with that one. I could potentially go a bit quicker, hopefully. There's only a couple of tenths in it, apparently. It's just traffic is going to be a bitch, I think. Right. Let's go again. I think for Baku, I might actually up it from 96 to 98. I lost everything. I lost everything through there. I'm just going to pit. I'm not going to go any faster. I'm just going to pit. Annoyingly, Mazepin's gone quicker than me. But that was close to a super solid lap. Unfortunately, we'll have to settle for wherever we are in the standings. I think 96 is probably... I think 96 is probably a little bit too easy. Maybe. I'll test... Like I said, I'll try and get the time to test it between now and the Baku Grand Prix. But I think 98 might be about right. So I out-qualified my teammate. 1:11.150. Mazepin gets through. Of course, I select Mazepin as my rival, and then all of a sudden he gets a little bit quicker. Never mind, eh? Welcome to the channel, Ethan. Thank you for the follow, mate. Lewis is on pole. Lewis is on pole. It recommends going hard. Oh no, hard to medium is slower. Why is it? It's recommending me a slower pit strategy. Oh yeah, personalized. Ah, there you go. I forgot about the personalized ones. Thank you, Sockmas. So personalized strategy is actually pretty similar, but it reckons I can go medium soft. I could go medium soft, or maybe I could go hard soft. Hard soft, maybe. Hard soft it is. Do a two-stop as you'll probably hit the walls. What do you mean, probably? There is no doubt about that whatsoever. Right, so it's a 78 lap race. Let's be honest, I'm not going to be completing all 78 laps. I'm going to get lapped. So I will put 78.6 laps worth of fuel in the car and hope that we get lapped at least once. Or rather, rephrase. Expect to get lapped at least once. Starting hard and waiting for a safety car could be a shout and then play from there. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe that is the play then. Hards to soft is what we will do. Right, I'll be back in 2 secs. I'm just going to go for a quick wee break and then it's time for a 78 lap Monaco Grand Prix. So the Alpines are starting on the mediums. The top 10 obviously starting on the softs as that's what they used to get through to the third round of qualifying. Keep an eye out for Lance Stroll at the end of the race. He might have an absolute stormer here. He might have an absolute stormer. Here we go. Lights out and away we go. And... oh my lord! Callum Ilott, what a start! Where did he come from? Callum Ilott just arrived between the two of us. What a ridiculous start from my teammate. That's outrageous. That was insane. And there is no grip on these hard tyres. I've got Mick Schumacher right alongside me. Ooh. So hoping these tyres will take us all the way to lap 56. That's the plan anyway. Keep that up so I can keep an eye on the fuel. I imagine the front runners will go soft hard, or do you think they'll be able to stretch a set of mediums to the end, or will they two-stop? I mean, the difficulty feels okay at the minute, Foxy, but it is Monaco, so it's going to be ridiculously hard for me to tell. Because I'm going to be so much slower here than I am at any other circuit. The Monaco episode on the YouTube channel is always the absolute shortest because it's normally just me trundling around on my own for 80 laps. I was pretty bang on pace-wise with Callum in qualifying though, wasn't I? So maybe 96 is the one, because I apparently don't seem to have race pace. Ah, tail stepped on me there, and it's probably cost me the chance to DRS. Ah, and it did. Balls. I just got within a second of him then. It's so hairy through the swimming pool. It's so hairy. I'm so terrified every single time I fly through that first part of the swimming pool that I'm just going to biff it in the wall, because that first curve is so much more unsettling than it ever has been in any game before. Just throws you. Absolutely throws you. Please tell me I was within a second of him then. I was! I got DRS! Let's go! Oh, I flew through the swimming pool. Flew through the swimming pool there.
We're trailing our teammate by 1.8 seconds.
If I can nail the entry to the swimming pool, then the rest of it I can kind of get. It's just that first entry to it that has been throwing me off. But I'm able to keep pace with George and Callum in front at the minute. Callum, I believe, has lost DRS range on the car in front, or I think Kimi's just a little bit too far ahead of him. Thank you all for joining me again, though. Again, we've got about 500 people in. Very much appreciate it. The longer that the F1 content gets these sorts of figures, the longer it'll last on the channel. Last year, I stopped streaming F1 to start streaming FIFA at launch, but if F1 is still getting decent viewership, then I will continue to stream F1 career mode until FM comes out in November. Oh, we got a raid. Hang on, let me get out of that chicane. United City FM, thank you very much indeed for the raid of 16, my dude. Hope you stream it well, man. Thank you very much for sending your viewers over here. Welcome in, boys. You join me in Formula 1 2021 in a 100% distance, because I'm a moron, my team career mode. You have to let me know in chat if you are or are not familiar with what my team is in the F1 game series, so I can let you know what it is if you are not.
Mind that front wing.
Piss off me, front wing damage. Yes, I flash back. No, I don't care that you don't like it. What I could do is maybe try and undercut and go on mediums, but rather than staying out super long and going on the softs, the thing that would just worry me about doing that is not having the pace by failing to have the DRS advantage of sticking with these two. I don't know whether the DRS advantage of sticking with these two nullifies any change in pace I'd get from being on a medium tyre earlier. No floor damage though, that I can visibly see, although it is black, so it's hard to tell. But that, you see the front left has just got that little bit of a nick missing. And that's affecting my downforce so much so that George Russell has opened up a gap of half a second in a lap. And that is going to be my race over after 12 laps. I can't pit yet. I think that makes my decision up to switch to the mediums though. So the mediums do about 40 laps. So I could switch to the medium around about lap 45. Change my wing. Lewis just did a 112. A 112. Get out of it, Lewis. I wonder if the front runners have pit by now, actually. Yeah, they have. They've pipped for fresh tyres. So Lance, because he hasn't stopped yet, and won't for ages, is now up in 7th. After starting 11th, he could score good points today. Those mediums should take the top drivers to the end. Should, but it might be touch and go. Thank you for the follow, Ben and Duncan. Welcome to the channel, lads. It might be touch and go. They may be able to make it to the end. They may well be able to make it to the end. The new difficulty, I think, is nearly bang on. I'll have to double check. I'll have to test it in either Baku or with a couple of off-camera 5-lap races just to see.
Teammate ahead is 3.4 seconds.
But I think 96 might be about on the money. 96 or 97. So I think if this were another track, not Monaco, I'd probably be a bit more competitive than I am at 96. 50 laps to the end. Fernando Alonso. Jesus Christ, Alpine. Alpine are having no luck in this save. Alonso now out. He's behind Lance. This is out. This is Fernando. His engine's gone bang again. Lads, do not start your career on my team with a Renault engine. They are not good. That's 3 races that we've had in this save and 3 DNFs for Alonso. Alonso's engine has gone le boop. I don't know when to switch to the mediums. Because now that they've had to let the front runners through behind, they've lost some time.
Blue flag.
Blue flag? Oh god, I'm getting blue flag now. I'm going to box.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this
I'm
lap.
going to box so I don't lose time. I'm going to box so I don't lose time, get my front wing changed, and then look after those mediums till the end of the Grand Prix. That's the plan. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try and make the mediums last to the end of the Grand Prix and try and get some extra pace on those mediums and utilise the time we would have lost letting the leaders through by changing my wing in the stop, and then hopefully we will be quicker again. I hope. The risk we run is that yes, we've avoided letting the front 2 runners through, but we might fall back into the next group of drivers. So other teams and drivers could copy my strategy here, just with a different set of blue flags. Right, here we go. This is the pit of all pits, with the changing the front wing. Please do it quickly, boys. Should be about 7 seconds.
Go, go, go.
Oh, gear's unavailable. Fuck my life. 6.7, but probably
Okay,
closer
stay
to
clear of
7
the
by
white
the
line
time
on the
I
exit. We'll
actually...
receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Right, we're off. Where am I? I've got clear air behind me, which is crucial. Clear air behind me, a brand new front wing, and medium tyres. Time to make the undercut work. Just going to keep an eye on that gap to Latifi and see what happens with it. That will dictate what our pace is like compared to everybody else. Ooh. Right, the gap to Latifi is plummeting, which is good news. The only bad news is it's plummeting at such a rate that I'm actually going to get stuck behind him probably. That's another thing we have to factor in as well. We're trying to go for track position at the end of the Grand Prix. What are you doing, Ches? Concentrate. We're trying to go for track position at the end of the Grand Prix. But we have to bear in mind that other drivers will have track position on me now. And I think my hard tyres would have been wearing more because of my front wing damage and my car sliding across the track. I've actually got Mazepin in front of me now. He's come in for a set of mediums. Okay. So the AI are pitting for mediums about now, and we'll try and run them to the end of the race by the looks of things. But another good thing is that Mazepin will now get stuck. Right, Mick's in the pits. The AI, the other drivers are pitting now for those other tyres. Kimi's in the pits as well. There's Kimi coming out of the pits. So we have gained significant time on a number of other drivers, and we're up to P20 now, but will be up much higher than P20 by the time all the other drivers have pit, I hope. Raikkonen was running about P13, wasn't he? I think. Hey! And now, everybody is getting stuck behind Latifi on his medium tyres. So there is going to be a bit of a train forming here, which could affect our strategy, because we went for track position, and it has worked on a couple, but... So we're currently P19. Mick and Giovinazzi are now well behind us. So it really did work on those two, and it should, hopefully, work on our teammate and George Russell too, provided we don't lose too much time behind Latifi here. What would be great is if Latifi and George and Callum, Ilott, who is my teammate, could pit about now. But Callum and George, as you can see on the mini-map, racing through Sandavot, haven't pit yet, and neither has Latifi. We do now have DRS, but they will have DRS as well, and we're now going to start losing time stuck behind the Williams. If I could call team orders and get Callum to come in, I would, but I can't, so I won't. But yeah, now is the time to try and save the tyres a little bit and ensure that they can last the full remainder of the Grand Prix, because we have pit a little bit earlier than some of the others. Thank you for the follow, Dark Gopher. Welcome to the channel, pal. Still George and Callum, stay out. Nick, pit, for God's sake, please. Now we've got a group of front runners catching us as well.
Okay, the car behind is catching you by 5/10 a lap. 5/10.
Giovinazzi's now right behind as well, and then there's a massive group of front runners. Now we could either massively do well here and make a couple of spots, or equally I could fall behind a couple of drivers as well, depending on how we let everyone past and how they let everyone past. Callum's in the pits. Callum's in the pits. Now is our time.
Callum in the pits.
Now is our time.
Blue flag, blue flag.
Please, Latifi, pit too. Latifi stayed out. I don't know whether George pit as well.
There's been an incident on track, but officials are...
Doesn't look like he did. And he did. And we're above Callum and George. The undercut has worked. The undercut has gained us 2 positions. Maybe more. We're now P17 and we'll be up to P16 when Latifi pits. Is it Lando? Jump out the way for Danny Rick and then jump on the throttle again to stay ahead of Mick Schumacher, which we've done well. Now Kimi's got to let Danny Rick through now, and we are going to profit from that. I'm going to dive up the inside of Kimi Räikkönen. And we've made the move stick.
Okay,
thank you, Danny Rick. You gave me another spot. I'm going to try and go with Daniel Ricciardo to catch those in front now. Oh, that was a nice move on Kimi. I'm pleased with that. It was clean-ish. It worked beautifully. Latifi's in the pits, so we're not... Well, we'll move up a spot. But look, Mazepin's 2.3 down the road, and then it's 40-plus seconds to Tsunoda. Did he start on those mediums, though? Oh, no, he didn't. Tsunoda's 40 seconds ahead, having already pit. That's how slow we as a back 6 are, with the 2 Williams, the 2 Alphas... No, as a back 8. The 2 Williams, the 2 Alphas, the 2 Haas, and the 2 Chesnoid Racing F1s.
5.3 seconds.
We've about 15 laps to go. I did say there that if I pit, I'd come out 16th. You see at the bottom of the pit window now, and pit now rejoin position 15th. So give it another couple of laps, and I may well pit for a set of softs and just nail it till the end. Never know, maybe we'll be able to steal fastest lap away from someone, although I doubt it. And into the pits we come! No safety cars, Mads. No safety cars. Thoughts on the new format this weekend? I'm intrigued to see how well it does. But I don't think it's the right move long term.
Look after
Right,
these
we're out.
tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
We're out of the pits with loads of time in hand. Loads of time in hand. A full 6.5 seconds-ish. Or is it still dropping? A full 6.5 seconds. Wow. We only lost about 18 seconds there in that pit stop. Right, 18.7 to Nikita. We just put a purple sector 3. We've got about 12 laps left. I've got 12 laps to close a gap of 17 seconds and then overtake at Monaco. We gained 2.5 seconds on Mazepin then, on that lap.
Debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
Well, 3 seconds we gained on Mazepin that lap. I'm actually catching Seb and Gasly. I'm actually catching other people. I'm going to have to unlap myself to Seb and Gasly if I want to catch Nikita. That's frustrating. Is it just the two of them between me and him? It is. 14 seconds the gap. 13.9 now.
Okay, gap ahead is 13.8.
Thanks for the follow, Chopstick Noob. And 3 less speed as well, or Ella speed. Welcome to the channel, lads. Yeah, about 10 laps to go. 13 and a half seconds the gap, but I have a horrible feeling I'm just going to get stuck behind these two and not close quickly enough. I'm going to pit again and go for fastest lap on the last lap. I'm going to last lap Lando it for a fastest lap. Yeah, I know I won't get the point, but to see if we are capable of producing any sort of pace, I will not get the car on lower fuel. I don't know what the fastest lap is actually from Lewis. It's probably something that's well out of my range anyway. Got loads of energy for it as well. So purple sector 3 at least. How many times have I crashed? More than I care to remember. Valtteri Bottas wins the Monaco Grand Prix. He always tends to do well at Monaco, doesn't he, Valtteri? On the F1 games.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
That's a purple sector 1. Someone's going to be pissed if I steal their fastest lap point. I'm literally going to be the last car to cross the line though, because of the way that the field is spread out. Imagine if someone doesn't win the World Championship by a single point, and it's because I stole this fastest lap. Purple sector 2. Lads, we gonna do it! Fastest lap of the Grand Prix on the last lap. The last car to cross the line. And we did it. Let's go! Lance Stroll gets driver of the day, so he must have made that strategy work, starting on the hard tyre from P11. Thank you for the 15th month, Emmett. Appreciate that, my man. And thanks for follow Ben as well. We'll take that. I wonder... I think it was Bottas, Lewis, Verstappen. Indeed it was.
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and
got the dub.
Today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all
That's a
day,
win as far as I'm
don't have a
concerned.
solid team to back
That's a
that.
win as far as I'm concerned.
When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent
Fastest
driver
lap.
and an incredible
Let's
car,
go.
that's when you
I'll
see
take
results
it.
like those we witnessed today.
I'll take it.
Mercedes are on top.
We don't care about the podium till I'm stood on it. Thank you very much. It's the same 3 drivers every bloody race at the minute anyway. How many levels are we going to jump? Level 15 to level 16. We should only go up 2 or 3 here, I think. 16 to 17. 17 to 18. And I think that might be it, actually. Indeed it is. 18 and a half. So Valtteri from Lewis from Max from Checo, who swapped round in the race, as did Lewis and Valtteri, actually. Leclerc from Sainz. Ricardo dropped from 5th to 7th, and Stroll went from 11th to 8th. Lando from 6th to 9th. Terrible race for Lando. Gasly started 10th, finished 10th, Seb into 11th. We knew that, we were following them. Yuki in 12th, Esteban into 13th, from 14th, Nikita to 16th, from 14th from 16th, and we were 18th to 15th with the fastest lap on the very last lap of the Grand Prix. The change of difficulty to 96 worked at Monaco, and I think if I up from 96 to 98, then I think that level of pace difference will round itself out on other normal tracks where I'm actually quicker. Everyone did 1 stop, I did 3. Seb did 2 stops actually. Seb did 2 stops, but I did 3 purely just to have soft tyres initially and then to go for fastest lap. We are acclaim level 5. We can have new sponsors. I will need them because I keep having damage deductions. Give me that extra money. Thank you for the 16-bit Stockmus as well. Appreciate it, dude. P15 and the fastest lap. GG.
Our cash is getting pretty low. We may need to shut down facilities for a while to
What?
cut down our running costs.
No, we don't. We absolutely don't. We absolutely don't. I can add a sponsor. We've got unlocked some extra liveries. Unlocked an extra sponsor decal. Okay, it's not good. It's somewhere where I can't see at the moment. Clothing, we'll just get rid of these. I hate having... You know when you're on COD and you unlock a new thing for a weapon? I hate having... And on my phone as well, I hate having notifications. Right, sponsorships. We can sign a new sponsor. For the very first time in this save, Chesnoid Gaming will be garnering some extra income. £132,000 a week income bonus. Outqualify your rival is the weekly goal. I won't be able to do that, I don't think. Salve. Beat your rival during a race. Not sure. Achieve a top 12 finish. Have a word. Answer at least 2 interview questions during a race weekend for Zeneto1872. That is easily doable. 112 grand a week. £144,000 if I answer at least 2 interview questions during a race weekend. Signed, Zanetto, welcome to the gang. So we can add that to our car now. RGB is there. I could put RGB on the front wings as well. We can actually add a number of extra decals. I only have 2 sponsors at the minute, so obviously it's not going to make much difference. But Zanetto and RGB will look good on the side of the car. We only have 2 sponsors, lads. That's it. But hopefully we'll have more soon. Go for the RGB for the DRS, and then Zanetto 1872 on the wings. So the car now looks like that. RGB and Zanetto spam. Basically. We'll take it. Thank you very much for the extra money, I hope. And we can R&D with 1,100 resource points as well. Now I'm probably going to go... There we go. We've unlocked some extra upgrades, which is good. What I think I want to do is go to the chassis though and continue the weight reduction here if I can. 1,000 for engine cover. That'll take us a big jump. I think the weight reduction is still the way forward, and then we can go to aero. So I'm going to do... Oh, department capacity reached. That's annoying. Do I save and wait for that one, or do I put it into something else? I can do my front gurney flaps, and that's kind of it. Do my front gurney flaps and... Front gurney flaps and rear wing outer strakes. What do we think? I think I might wait and go for the chassis and the engine, the weight distribution for the engine. I think. What are we saying, boys? Let me know in chat. Upgrade aero, you think, Tad? It's Baku next. It's Baku next. So it's not going to make too much of a difference. If you look at the bottom right, you can see that it's not going to make too much of a difference to our overall team performance. Whereas the chassis would make a big difference. The chassis is going to make a big difference. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and do the chassis. I'm not going to spend any money at the minute either. We've got a personnel department.
The personnel team wants to run this one past you.
An OS update has caused some compatibility issues with our simulator software. Our IT folks expect to have it fixed later today, but in the meantime, Olet won't be able to use the simulator. What do I want him to do instead? Go to the gym or decline. Just cancel the simulator training for today. Olet would likely benefit from a bit of downtime. Or spend extra time in gym to focus or awareness. I think awareness.
Not an easy decision, but you handled it well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Merci beaucoup. Right, so I can do his external training, up his focus there actually. Team building, quite happy to do that. Let's do the chassis equipment upgrade and then the external training as well. And that will take us to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Which will be...
We're in a position now where we're able to attract a new sponsor to the team. Head on over to the
I have done already.
And select the sponsor screen to choose who we should approach.
I have done already. We need to get to level 10 before I can add another
We
sponsor.
need your input on how
Islet wants
address
to
an
increase
issue
the
concerning our
intensity of their
drivers.
fitness routine, but their personal trainer is advising against it. They're worried about overworking them. How do we respond? Up his focus or lower his awareness? I just raised his awareness by declining previously, so I don't want to
I
lower
know
it
these
again.
kinds of decisions can be challenging.
And we're raising his
but I think you
focus
made the right
via the external training that he's about to do anyway, so that's not a problem. So I think that's probably the best move. We have 1.37 million, which isn't really enough to do anything of any real note anywhere at the moment. So I'm not. God, these are relatively cheap, but I'm not going to invest in that yet. I'm going to save me pennies. Right. Thank you for the 3 bits. How's the car in comparison to everyone else? We've actually dropped behind Alfa Romeo now in the vehicle performance index as well. Although as soon as that chassis upgrade comes, we'll probably leapfrog back in front of Alfa Romeo as soon as that chassis upgrade passes, which hopefully will be between now or between Baku and the Grand Prix after that. After Baku's Canada? After Baku's Canada. So we don't need to change any components, I don't think, not yet. 41, 34, 32, 22, 42 for the turbo, and 26. The turbo can go for another one, I think. Turbo can go for another one. Unless maybe I use that turbo for practice and then add another turbo in for quality in the Grand Prix. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. We'll make a decision at the time. But the gearboxes are okay. And tyre relegation, obviously, we can't change. Right. That, for the sake of the YouTube video, will be all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as ever. And follow me on Twitch on the link in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching here on YouTube. I'll see you guys next time.